YouTube got to stop this foolishness. Like, we care. Like, ooh, dude, Titi man, there's no more annotations, bro. YouTube, like, don't nobody care. Like, I'm not even like trying to be that guy, but like, don't nobody care. And it's like they be having like the same dude on there, and I don't even know what his name is, but it'd be like that same dude that YouTube's like always trying to like throw out there, like, we care who he is, gosh dang it. And I'm not trying to push any buttons. I'm not trying to step on any toes or whatever. So I'm not going to describe what I think he looks like. But it'd be that same dude from like the dang on YouTube spotlight people, just like, here's the latest news flash on the happenings on YouTube, bro. Don't nobody care. Like, let's not even try to get it like any type of misconstrued. Let's not try to get it any type of anything. Like, don't nobody care. Like folks is either on YouTube or they ain't. Like, I'm just a little sick of the shenanigans, but that's neither here nor there. Jillo there, H3T, to boot that dang on time. I mean to get on here with a off-topic rant. I mean, it's just like, gosh dang it. Like, they just be acting like we care in these streets, but that's neither here nor there. Buddha was good with you. Brandon was good with you. Keytown was good with you. Q's Fanatic. Penguin Gang was litty. Was good with you. We got to talk about Kevin Knox. And I apologize, man. They be making the kid work. Like, I mean, I don't know what it is about this time of year, but it's like they be making the kid work. And it's like I be trying to get back here, but I mean, kid got to do his thing, but that's not here nor there. But what's good with y'all, gosh dang it? As you can see by the title of the video, we got to talk about Kevin Knox. Honestly, it's gotten as far as it can possibly get. We got to have a conversation about Kevin Knox. And if it's just going to be us on here, then so be it. Richard, what's good with you? I didn't say it was good, but what's good? Because it's time to talk about Kevin, man. Like how it seemed like from day one, people were so loose with pushing Frank Ntilikina down the stairs and no one really gave him a chance. We got to have the same energy with Kevin Knox. And let me tell you where this whole thing started. I was going to kind of give it a second, but, it's like midnight, so I'm going to just go ahead and go in and not take up too much of your time. But earlier today, I don't know if you guys were watching. I think it was ESPN. I'm not really sure. Bro, it was good with you. I was watching college basketball, and I don't watch college basketball. I really don't. I don't pay attention to it just because that's not really what I'm into. I'm a Knicks fan. That's all I really care about. I'll talk about the draft and all that foolishness over the summer, but some college basketball was on. Mike was good with you. Some college basketball was on, so I decided I would actually watch. I think it was Nebraska versus Clemson, I think. I'm not really sure. Is Clemson the Tennessee team? I don't know. But it was Nebraska versus Clemson. And I actually watched the entire game. And I was watching some of these kids and I kept thinking to myself, dang, they're really freaking good. And it sure would be nice if we ended up with some kind of talent like that. And then I just kind of thought about, we've got Kevin Knox. Like, seriously, as I was watching them do all these crazy athletic moves, using the Euro step to get around traffic. They dunk and they hanging off the side of the joint. Like, I'm watching it and I'm just like, dang, I sure do wish we had someone who could do that. And then I remembered, we've got Kevin Knox. Watching Alonzo Trier tonight, seeing the things he's doing, watching him rack up the points. He's been playing point guard lately. And again, I haven't been able to address any of this because we've been winning. So y'all know how I do. I'm not the guy who's going to trash the team while we're winning, but watching the stuff that Trier does, watching how he's just ready to go. No Andre 3000 off that dang on Greenlight verse. No John Legend. Like, I'm watching Trier be ready to go. We've called this man a young James Harden on multiple occasions. And then I look at Kevin Knox, and I see what we're getting from him. To keep it fair, I look at people like Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, who fouled out of another game, which again is extremely, if I can use a Mike's word, extremely annoying. But you see improvement. You see legitimate potential. You see You see someone who's going to grow to be something great someday. And you see the signs of that. With Kevin Knox, I mean, even Mike Breen had to say it tonight. That dude is so lost, it's ridiculous. And it's getting to be a little wild at how far he's fallen off. If from Summer League until now he was playing like this, then there'd be no expectations. There'd be no room for me to even comment on this. But we're 2 months in. And I know I said I give it till Christmas, but I mean, it's almost freaking December. I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm not saying he's going to always be trash. But me sitting here saying he's not playing very well, I don't understand how that's perceived as hating. By me telling you what we're seeing, I don't see how that's hating. Alfredo, what's good with you? That would be like if I got on here and told y'all, you know what, that James Harden guy, I think he's a volume shooter. That's just telling you factual information. If I sat here and told you, Staten Island Knicks fan, what's good with you? That's like if I sat here and told you that Carmelo likes to wear headbands. Like, that's not me hating on Carmelo. I'm not saying he's hiding a bad hairline. I'm telling you factual information. That man wears headbands when he plays. Kevin Knox is not playing well. Factual information. Kevin Knox was playing really well at one point and had us all jumping out the window and going out on several ledges. Facts. Kevin Knox right now is just looking sad. Facts. And I'm not gonna ignore this type of stuff. Like I can't ignore that type of stuff. Because if this was anyone else, I'd be screaming on him. If Moutier was playing like this, I'd be getting him to walk the plank. If Trier was playing like that, the same way that I'm gonna give Mario Hezonja the flames. If you don't play well, I'm going to say, hey, that guy's not playing well. And like I see y'all saying, like he's like, give him a chance, but it's like nowhere in what I'm saying is me saying he's trash. Nowhere in what I'm saying is me saying he's a bum. Like, this is the message I'm trying to convey. I titled the video, "It's time to address Kevin Knox," because it's time to say something. Like how long are we gonna sit here and just act like this isn't like mildly appalling? I mean, we were like betting a house on this dude. And he's not playing well. And nobody wants to talk about it, but it's got to be said. He's not playing well, and maybe he shouldn't get these minutes. I get that's the only way he's going to learn. I get that wins and losses don't matter. I get we're just throwing lineups out there to see what works. I'm not saying put him in a package and send him away so we can keep Trier. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't give him any minutes. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when Damian Dotson gets his first minutes in about a week, we're talking a 4-game stretch where Dotson doesn't play. So freaking Hezonja and Kevin Knox can take turns starting. I've got an issue with that. Especially when both the people I named aren't doing anything. And I mean that in a literal sense. And Hezonja, Hazonia gets a little bit of a he has the ability to have a little bit of a pass. Because with Mario Hazonia, all we're looking to him to do is score. With Knox, I'm expecting a little defense. I'm expecting him to push the tempo. I'm expecting him to get some assist every now and again. I'm expecting him to play well enough to take the pressure off of Trier so Trier's not always getting triple teamed. But with Mario Hazonia, all we're asking of him is to hit a freaking shot. And that man seems incapable of doing that. So I'll call him a bum. I'll ring the foolishness alarm on him for not pulling his weight. But I'm not going to say the same thing about Kevin Knox because he's a rookie and I'm going to give him time. However, I'm not going to sit here and act like he's not playing well. And it needs to be addressed, and that is all I'm doing. I'm merely getting on here saying, I see you, Kevin. Step at the jive on up, Kevin. We need you, Kevin. Because just imagine if tonight Kevin Knox was the Kevin Knox that we saw in college highlights. Let's imagine Kevin Knox was the Kevin Knox that we saw in the summer league, if you will. Don't you think another forward that can run up and down the court, shoot threes, drive to the basket, dunk on people, annihilate the rim? Wouldn't that have been nice to go up against Blake Griffin tonight? And before Mike Breen uttered the phrase that I thought summed up the whole night, that Kevin Knox looks lost, the man said on a shot contest, if you want to call it that, Blake Griffin was having his way in the paint, and Kevin Knox got switched on him, and Mike Breen was trying to shoot him some bail and say Knox just looks overmatched, and overmatched physically or something like that. Like he worded it to say that Blake Griffin was like too much of a powerhouse for him. Now I say that's shooting him bail, no Tekashi 6ix9ine, because that's implying that Kevin Knox was attempting to play defense. When he went on to First Take and Stephen A. Smith was grilling the jive out of him, questioning his motor, I was one of the main people. I think that was one of my videos this summer. I was one of the main people coming to Kevin Knox's defense saying, what are you getting onto him for his motor? What does that have to do with anything? Let him play. But we're starting to see that. And again, I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's a bum. All I'm doing is addressing the fact that he's not playing well. And it's just a little bit concerning. And eventually, this is going to have to turn around. Because if it doesn't, I don't know. But again, all I'm doing is addressing that he's not playing well. If you have a problem with me addressing an obvious fact, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how else. I don't know how else to do it. But I'm not going to sit here and ignore the fact that he's not playing well, because I wouldn't have that kind of energy with Emmanuel Mudiay, just like I'm not going to have that type of energy with Trey Burke. Now, y'all know I love Trey. I love Trey Burke so much. I just bought a Trey Burke jersey, spoiler alert, gosh dang it. I'm going to open that for myself on Christmas, gosh dang it. Got myself a Trey Burke jersey. But I love Burke. I do, absolutely. However, his shot selection over the last 3 games has been just terrible. And Trey, if you're listening, which I'm sure you're not, but in the small chance that somebody that knows you is listening, take it from someone who absolutely loves you. You're not going to start. Like, it's obvious. You could drop 40 points and get 90 assists, and Mudiay is still going to start over you. So with that being said, why not pull back? Why not play within the offense? Why not let the game come to you? If you're not getting fouls, if the refs aren't calling the fouls on you when you drive, maybe it's time to switch it up. If the refs aren't calling fouls when you pull up for jumpers that everyone and they mama them can see coming, it's like 3 hezzies and you pull up in that order every time. But when you get slapped on the arm and the ref doesn't call it, when you drive to the basket and the ref doesn't call it, don't you feel like it's time to switch it up? And what I mean by switch it up is facilitate the ball. Get other people involved. I feel like he's still out there trying to prove that he needs to start. And it's like, if you don't know that Fizdale's not going to start you over Moutier at this point, like I don't know. I don't know what else to tell that man. Like when he's being quote unquote aggressive and he's not rewarded for that, it actually hurts the second unit. Think about all the cool looks he could be getting Alonzo Trier, who definitely needs a couple of easy cuts, who needs a couple of catch and shoot opportunities. But that's fine. And see what I did right there? I'm keeping the exact same energy. When Trey Burke doesn't play well, I'm going to get on here and say, you know, Trey Burke's got to step it up because blase blah. Just like I do with Kevin Knox. Just like I'll do with anyone. All I'm doing, and this is me addressing the title of the video, is just saying Kevin Knox ain't playing too hot, and it's been about 2 months, and we need this man. Because I want to remind everyone the mentality we had coming into the season. Now, clearly, this wasn't the mentality Fizdale and them had, but Kevin Knox is supposed to be answering things for us. Kevin Knox is supposed to be the piece to the puzzle. And we really, really need that. Just like we talked about in the offseason, the amount of pressure Kevin Knox has on him. Is it fair? No, but it's warranted and it's there. He can't have a season like Frankie did last year. It can't happen. We can't have another Frank Ntilikina on our hands where next year we're looking at him saying, well, he's a cool player and we like him, so we're not going to let him go. That can't be the case with Knox. But yeah, maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll come back. I still won't call him a bum until Christmas, but he'll bounce back hopefully. And when he does, I'll be there and I'll be watching and I'll give him the props that he deserves. But that's neither here nor there. Something else I just want to address, and I'm addressing a whole lot of stuff. I'm gonna get to y'all's comments in a second, but there's just a lot of stuff I want to address. I think one of the most painful things this season is having to watch them lose. Luke. I told myself I wasn't gonna read what y'all was saying until I got everything out here, but you ain't gonna disrespect me like that. Like I'm not sitting here watching every single game. It's not. You ain't gonna disrespect me like it's not like 12:38 in the morning and I gotta go to work again tomorrow and I'm on here doing a live stream. I'm not gonna let that happen, bro. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna read the 2 things you said because hopefully in a glance it's not as disrespectful as it looks out of the corner of my eyes. So let me just read this foolishness. This man Luke is saying people judge these guys way too early. Give him till the All-Star break at least. If this is your first live stream and you've never really watched me like that, then I guess that's warranted ignorance. But to sit on here after everything I just said for the last 19 minutes and hit me with some shenanigans like people judge these guys way too early. First of all, who is these guys? His name's Kevin freaking Knox. He's not an object. We're talking about my New York Knicks. We're not some hot button issue that you can just apply, copy, and paste to anything. You're not gonna loop my team into these guys' conversations. And number 3, my name's Sever the freaking Bond. You can name drop me, gosh dang it. Don't put a people judge people too early. My name's Sever the Bond. Go ahead and say that. You think I'm judging him too early after 19 minutes of explaining to you that all I've said is he's not playing well? You think that's judging someone too early? That's your definition of judging someone too early? Me saying he's not playing well is judging someone too early? See, that's the type of climate I'm not here for. That's the type of shenanigans I'm not here for. And if I got to be on my Nicki Minaj, gosh dang it, if I got to sit here and be the bad guy every single year when I sit here and state factual information, and y'all want to keep pushing me down the stairs like it's not 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm sitting here doing a live stream covering a game that we should have freaking won because our coach doesn't seem to care about anything but some imaginary process? You gonna come on here and disrespect me like that after 19 minutes of me clarifying in the calmest way possible that all I said is he's not playing well? You must be new here because I could be going hard in the paint. I ain't even screaming. I ain't rang the foolishness alarm once. And since you're new here, let me introduce it to you. This is the foolishness alarm. When I'm pushing someone down the stairs and talking spicy and getting disrespectful, I do this. I start insulting their name. I start going off topic. If I was insulting Kevin Knox like you're doing, I would be going on here starting on some humorous. I get in my humorous bag. I'd say, well, gosh dang it, how his name start with K, but we pronounce it Knox. Why we start with the N? I'd be starting with the humor bag if I'm gonna get on here and judge him too early. Speaking of early, I definitely throw out a Clay Anthony early joke at least if we're talking about rookies who aren't panning out to their potentials. But you wouldn't know anything about Clay Anthony early, would you? Would you? You wouldn't know anything about the things we've been through on this live stream, right? You wouldn't know anything about watching coaches of the past freaking experimentations of the past. Did y'all see that foolishness? That freaking sit-down interview in that white chick's dang on living room with dang on Derek Fisher? Trying to say that 17-win season wasn't his fault. He was trying to blame it on Carmelo Anthony being injured, on Robin Lopez and all that. Again, I'm naming stuff you wouldn't know about, Luke. But pull out a pen and paper, I'll educate you. If I was judging Kevin Knox and calling him a bum, then by all means, question me. By all means, get on your little foolishness. Get on your little talking in third person. People need to stop judging these young guys. By all means. But when I sit here for 20 minutes and tiptoe around saying someone didn't play well tonight, and I hope he plays better eventually, and that's when you have a problem? Don't worry, it'll never happen again. Just for you, Luke, it'll never happen again. When I got an issue with someone, don't worry. I won't tiptoe around it. I won't get on my riffraff. I won't tiptoe around it. Just for you, I'll go head on with it.
That was easy.
Just for you, Luke. Just for you. Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone needs any type of labeling, if anyone needs any type of summary, if anyone needs any type of wrap up on their character and what they do, please consult Mr. Luke, because he's giving out the readings tonight. Clearly, he's giving them out. So let me thank you. Thank you for reading me. Thank you for reading me, Mr. Luke. Thank you for seeing through my facade. Because me saying someone didn't play well means I'm talking trash. Thank you. I didn't know that about myself, but now I do. And I'm going to be a better person from now on. You've shown me the light. I just feel so much better now. I'm a different human being. I'm easily a different human being. You know what? Call me Jeremiah from now on. I'm not even Sever the Bond. I'm Jeremiah. Because thank God for Luke. Synopsis. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. My Moses. I feel like a better person. So let me rephrase everything I just said for 20 minutes. Kevin Knox is the best player on our team. He shot the ball so good tonight. I see nothing but potential. He should be starting. I can't believe they're letting Mario Hezonja start. It should be Kevin Knox. How could David Fizdale not give him a chance? Huh. My gosh. I might change my channel name tonight. This is Sever the Luke, gosh dang it. I need you to ghostwrite for me on the next couple live streams. I could use it. I'm over here live streaming at 1 o'clock in the morning because I don't know nothing about my team, clearly. I'm not out here watching every single game, gosh dang, but you know, that's not here there. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The most painful part about this season easily is watching Fizdale clearly just throwing stuff at the wall. And again, that's fine. I don't mind us losing. Like we talked about in the beginning of the season, I don't mind us losing. But I just it's painful. Because you'll see people like Damian Dotson come off the bench, and not just offensively, but defensively, have the type of game that he has, and knowing that at a moment's notice, he could be ripped from the starting lineup. He could be ripped from the game in general, and we won't see him again for a week. And like hearing stories about Trey Burkus in the locker room saying the focus should be trying to make the playoffs and stuff like that. Like, it's just depressing because I know there ain't no way we making the playoffs this year. You know, there ain't no way they making the playoffs this year, but the players have that type of mentality. And Fizz is just out there doing whatever. It's just kind of depressing, honestly. Again, I don't mind them losing. I don't care this year, but it's just, gosh, and not that I don't care. I mean, like, it's not making me upset that they're losing because I understand what we're building to. It's just, gosh, it is hard to watch sometimes, especially when it's looking like we can really win games. And they just out there playing. I don't know. It just hurts a teensy bit. It's just a teensy bit painful to watch. But that's down here and there. The one thing I want to say, and then I'm gonna read y'all's comments. I apologize. I just had a couple stuff I wanted to get off because I didn't really talk that much in the last live stream because it was so late. But one other thing I just want to talk about is I think they're gonna let Courtney Lee go. And I know that's not really news to anyone, but I think it's going to be for Trier. You heard they were kind of bringing up that the time period of him being with an NBA team is about to reach its end before they have to give him a contract. Somebody's got to go. I don't think it's going to be Ron Baker. I don't think it's Damian Dotson, and I hope it's not Damian Dotson. Hopefully this wasn't like an audition for another team or something like that. But I think they're going to let go of Courtney Lee. And as much as I like Courtney and I think he's dope, in comparison to all the great talent we have, it might be Courtney. Because I don't know if I'm buying this whole neck injury thing, but that's not even there. Cornet or Moutier. It's definitely not going to be Moutier. It's definitely not going to be Moutier. If they trade Moutier, something tells me it's going to be a package deal. I can't say that. I cannot say. I was going to say something really, really terrible. This would be my last live stream. Fizdale would kick down my front door and get me, but that's not either there. I think y'all know where I was going. I was talking about a package and Moutier's lips, and y'all know where I was going with that, but that is not either there, gosh dang it, but that's not either there. What y'all saying up here? Let me scroll up a tad bit. Dotson was hooping tonight. Esmo was popping with you. Ooh, soul goals. Are you new to the live stream? What's good with you? That man said they freed Dotson. Yes, it was nice to see. Let Fizdale work. Gibbs, first of all, what's good with you? And two, I mean, hey, whatever Fizdale has up his sleeve, gosh dang it, I'm 100% here to see. But it just makes me a little irritated and agitated from time to time. That's not even there. Dotson and Trier played efficiently tonight. Yeah. Dotson played really well. Wasn't he like 5 for 7 or something like that? Played very well. I don't know about Trier's efficiency, but he definitely scored a lot, and that was dope. Had a lot of assists. It's cool to see them trying to get him to run point. I think that's dope, honestly. David was good with you. Mike says, I'm still hoping for a miracle and maybe they're playoff bound. Anything's possible. No Kevin Garnett, I guess. I don't know. I've personally given up hope, but that's not here and there. The homie Alfredo says Dotson is waiting at the wing for Hazonia to fall out of the starting lineup to show Fizz he should be playing over Hazonia. I sure hope so. And again, that's kind of something else I wanted to talk about how, and I've been trying to lay off of Fizdale because I feel like I can go on a Fizdale rant every single video, and I don't want that to be the case because Fizz does a lot of things right. And I do a bad job of giving him credit for that. Fizz does a lot of things right. I mean, people are clearly buying into whatever he's preaching, that whole writing your name on the axe handle. Apparently that's doing something, as corny as I think that is. However, sometimes the stuff he does is so blatant, it makes me want to rip out my hair. But classic example, we go on a 3-game win streak, and it's with Mario Hazonia starting. We all know Hazonia is not doing squat. I mean, he's not doing diddly. Not a thing. Of no use whatsoever. But because we were on a 3-game win streak, Fizdale's brain says, let me not alter this starting lineup. Now, if this was Steve Kerr and we were the Golden State Warriors, right? And they blew out a game by like 600, right? In the locker room, I assume, I'm not a Golden State fan, but I assume that a real coaching staff is in there saying, hey, we might have blew out the Sacramento Kings or something like that. But KD, how come you weren't contesting this shot? Steph, how come you had like 11 turnovers or something like that? You know what I mean? A coach shouldn't just be content with winning. You watch his post-game interviews, and when we win, all he talks about is how proud he is of everyone, how they're buying him, blah, 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 blah. But you never hear him talking about things that could be improved on. There is no way Hazonia should have started 4 games in a row. Not with Damian Dotson collecting dust on the bench. Not with a million other options you can go to. I mean, my job, let Trier start if you're so attached to people with a scoring ability getting out there, gosh, because that's the only reason why I could even think that that's not Moutier. That's the only way that I could think that Mario is starting. It's got to be because of offense, because the man doesn't play defense. If you don't want to let Dotson play, throw someone else out there. My gosh, I'm here for Kevin Knox starting, and y'all know how I feel about that man at this point. It's just he does a lot of stuff right, but gosh, the stuff he doesn't, it's just so blatant. And that's not here or there. I've been on here long enough, gosh dang it. I've been on here long enough. Oh, 76 is going to take us to the cleaners. They're going to take us to the cleaners. We ain't got a shot, but that's not here or there. Mr. Thomas, glad you made it to your first live stream. Welcome to the Daggone Foolishness. That is a very wild take, but this is your first live stream, so I refuse to talk trash, gosh dang it. Frank being in the starting lineup would be interesting. But that's not here there. Like, comment, subscribe, H3TC, and the Triple OG putting as much work as me. Do me a favor, point him out. Tomorrow's live stream is going to be definitely as late as this one is, just because work and this time of year. I mean, I'm just working to death. So if you want to stay up late with Sever the Bond, gosh dang it, I will be your favorite late night show. Screw Jimmy Kimmel. You got Sever the Bond live, but that's not even there. Maybe we'll have a musical guest or something like that. Maybe I can get one of the homies to come through and do like a halftime show or something like that, but that's not even there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night, super duper late. Hopefully Jimmy Butler has mercy on our soul, but that's not even there. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Hope you guys enjoy your Wednesday. Stay warm out there, y'all. It is cold as jive. Y'all see I'm wearing a hoodie inside, gosh dang it. That's not here. That I know y'all see the back. The kid trying to step it up this year with the colors, but that's not even there. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Super duper late. Can I get my 10 likes? Can I get that 10? Can I get 2 more likes? Pretty please. Pretty. Thank you. Okay, so I'll see y'all later. I got. Ride train was good. Penguin game was litty. I'm going to bed to go to work in about 5 hours. That's not here to there. Yeah.